What is up, everyone? This is SwordKing090, and this is going to be Operation Bedrock number 168, 168th episode of the series where my friends and I were going to mine the entire world until there's nothing but bedrock left, except for the floor, of course, because we need something flat to walk on. So, yeah, the last few weeks I've been thinking a lot. And I'm going to be glad I'm going to be making some changes. That one thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and make 3 videos a week unless there's a brand new game that came out and I'm doing a let's play of it. And may or may not already be happening right now because, you know, fall season and a lot of games are coming out in the fall or has already been here. So I'm going to be busy doing the let's plays. So if I were to make a video a day, then it would be the let's play of a current new game. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and do 3 videos a week after the let's play is done, which would be mainly Operation Bedrock, Operation Dome, and then Pixelmon. It will give me a little bit more time to work on other things and especially work on the projects themselves because I have not been time managing at all throughout this past month. So that pretty much is my downfall at this point. My downfall is that I am not time managing anything. I'm not managing my life. I'm not managing my schoolwork. I'm not managing my series. I'm not managing my videos. I'm just not managing anything, and everything is just a big mess when all of it just falls all together. It just comes crumbling down, and now that I'm trying to pick up the pieces from here. So I gotta make some changes so that it does not actually be any more stressful in my life, and as well as that I gotta think about the future right now. That one of the things I'm gonna do is that I am thinking of just going for a broadcasting degree. I just haven't been actually doing anything really. I've been taking one class this semester and I just was not even thinking of what I want to actually do in life. Well, if I were to actually be having a little bit of a broadcasting degree or something like that in communications, what have you, I still don't even know what it is. Like I said, I am totally unprepared. I don't know how to do anything right now. But as long as I actually do have a degree in my name, then I'm guessing that's going to be fine. Was that something in the background? I have no idea. Well then, let's move on from here. That mainly, if I'm going to choose a degree, then might as well be something that's related to YouTube, right? Let's go ahead and go for a broadcasting degree. It shows that I know how to talk, which is ironic because I talk a lot, but I always make mistakes here and there. Then it just shows that I've actually accomplished something, that I spent a lot of my time going for whatever I want to do, and maybe they'll actually take me somewhere. Maybe I could actually work at a radio station. Maybe I could actually work at just being a reporter or something. I have no idea where it's gonna take me. If it doesn't take me anywhere, at least I have something in my name to say, hey, I've actually taken classes to show that I've actually did something. I accomplished something. It'll probably help me just a tad bit of landing a job, given that they're going to look for, hey, this guy has a degree, he's dedicated to actually doing something, rather than having a person that has no degree that does not know how to do anything, or that they think that they don't have the proper acknowledgement or the requirement, quote unquote. I really just hate the concept of going with a degree that's going to be the basis of everything, especially for a minimum wage job and whatnot. Doctors and lawyers, I could understand because you need to have a lot of knowledge, and that paper proves that you've done your job and you've done your work and you've done your studies. But for something like entry level or something that's like low in the business type of deal, you don't really need a degree. That's just how I see it. It may be the wrongful way of thinking about it, but in real talk, it's a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper that a lot of society judges you upon. If you don't have a degree, then you are not worth their time. That's just how life goes. You gotta know people if you want to succeed in life. You don't even need to have a degree as long as you actually know somebody who's in the field that could actually get you the job. That's just how things work. But I digress. If I were to get a degree, I'll choose business. And I'm gonna have to take classes that has to deal, not business. Broadcasting, there we go. Business was actually my major degree, but at the same time, when I looked at all the different classes I have to take, I literally have to take calculus and advanced calculus and things like that. I'm like, why in the world do I have to take this if it doesn't have anything relating to do with business? The requirements are so high and so just way out there that you don't even need it. What does science have to do with business anyways? Seriously. It's not like I'm actually going to go ahead and do that type of business where I'm going to do like pharmaceutical things. But even then, that's a whole different type of thing, which calculus is absolutely needed in that department because of all the different measurements and things like that to just make sure you get the right thing done. You don't want to do like a higher dose or lower dose. You don't want to actually mix up too much or too little. You got to do the right amount. That I can understand, but calculus for business, I really don't see what that is. Microeconomics and macroeconomics, I can understand. A little bit of basic math, I can understand with division and things like that. And then you have charts and whatnot. Then you have media, if that's important, because you want to actually go ahead and actually, well, just keep up with the times, really. Like, you want to know how to design a website for your business. You want to know how to manage your website. You want to know how to do the type of other things that has to do with technology. That's important, but calculus in business, I really don't see that happening. Unless you could actually tell me if it actually does relate to something. But that's just how it is. Accounting, I can understand because you got to manage all your taxes. You got to manage all your payrolls. You got to manage every little thing. That I can understand. But just some of the things that are required for you to get that degree just doesn't seem like really necessary. But apparently you have to have a general knowledge of every little aspect of life for you to get a degree. Well. Just gotta let it all out. That's just how it works. That's how real life works. Get a degree, you get somewhere in life. Kind of funny how even in this day of age, you don't even need a degree. All you gotta do is have a smart idea and go with it. People who develop apps become millionaires. People who become, like, at least they have $50,000. That's still something, even if it's little compared to being a millionaire. But at least you made money along the way, and you could always be making money if people continue to buy your app. Just as long as you know how to manage your money. If you don't, then I could see why people would complain. But yeah, broadcasting. That seems my safe bet, and at least I'll have something in my name, and then I can have something to fall back on, and then put that on my resume or put that on my application like, hey, I got a business or I got myself a broadcasting degree, so at least I am smart enough. Maybe you could hire me to be your spokesperson. Come on down and buy this stuff. I don't even know what it is, but it looks interesting, so go ahead and buy it. Money back not guaranteed. Ha ha ha, I gotta save myself right there. Just one day, maybe YouTube will be one thing, but you just don't know. You always gotta have a backup plan because YouTube is not always a viable option or reliable option because things change. People who have thousands of views could always be dwindling. People who have millions of subscribers could also be struggling, as I am struggling to talk. That's a good example right there. That this is why I need to actually work on talking. So take some speech classes, take some broadcasting classes, read off a script, maybe take some drama, because if I can't make it out in business or in broadcasting, I could actually probably be melodramatic. For God's sakes, a lot of actors found on YouTube, they are making a good living. So that could be a thing. Just collaborate with a lot of other people and maybe you'll actually get yourself a job. It's fun, it's funny, and it's just so plain amazing of what YouTube can do, what Facebook could do, what Twitter can do for a lot of people, what even Vine can do. For crying out loud, people who make Vine videos, they are actually pseudo celebrities and they actually get some endorsements or they get onto some talk shows and whatnot or what have you. So media is just a wonderful, wonderful thing that can change a lot of people's lives, but you can't always just depend on it. Because like I said, people will always crash and burn at times. Just look at how many popular YouTubers out there who are struggling to actually maintain the views that they have or what they used to have. I'm not going to name any names, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Somebody who has hundreds of thousands of subscribers or even millions of subscribers don't even pass a milestone in viewership anymore. So that just says something. Things are always changing. I'm doing this as a hobby. I actually want this to be my job, but I cannot count on it to be as my job. Even if it does by some miracle that I'm making a living off of it, I always gotta have a backup plan because it's not gonna always last. Look at all the YouTubers out there. A lot of them, some of them are struggling, some of them are just fine, but things change, people move on, people get bored of one channel, they'll move on with a different channel. It'll always be that way. It's an endless cycle. It's always endless. Rarely you would ever see somebody who actually was at the beginning of YouTube actually maintain the relevance or they actually maintain the viewership all those years. So things change. It's a harsh reality of life. So if you ever become successful on YouTube, don't count on it being a sure thing. Always have a backup plan so that when you happen to crash and burn on YouTube, at least you have something to fall back on. If you have a lot of money, be sure to know how to manage it. Don't be spending all that YouTube money on things that you don't need or things that are just absolutely not necessary. You don't need all those cars. You don't need to have a fancy mansion. Because by the end of the day, if you're not making enough money to pay for all that, then it's going to be taken away. We've already seen that happen to a few people, but I'm not going to name names out there. But it's just a sad part of life. So if I become a broadcaster, that's going to be nice because then I'll have a little bit of free time to actually make videos as well. So not only I could actually voice my voice, I don't know how to say it, just be talking on whatever station I happen to be on, then on my free time, I can make videos on the side. Just as long as I'm not making a video every single day, then I have nothing to worry about. Take one day to make as many videos as I can, then just separate them bit by bit. It'd be kind of interesting to see a celebrity actually make a constant YouTube video or maintain a YouTube channel. I'm not talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger, if I can even pronounce his name right. Who could pronounce his name right? Seriously, that's just an infamous name that people actually mispronunciate. Obviously, I'm one of them. But I'm just putting my head in the clouds where I'm just thinking whatever thought bubble I have in my head. So that is one of the things. If you want to tell me how stupid I am, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But let's see whether or not if I will actually make it out in broadcasting. If that will be a thing, that'd be kind of amazing. At least I'll have something to work with and make videos on my spare time. Advertise my YouTube channel every now and then. Like, hey, if you want to hear more of me, conceited wise, god dang. How can you say that without being conceited? Seriously. But it's like, if you want to, by chance, if you like YouTube and you want to watch my videos, then here it is. Look at this channel. I don't know if I'm going to have SolarKing090 still, or I'm going to have a different channel. Who knows how things are going to go for me. But just as long as you're progressing, then you're making progress. Spiritual words right there? A spiritual wisdom? I don't even know right now. That's just redundant. My god, that was cheesy too. Well, just as long as you're progressing, then you're doing well. So backup plans are absolutely needed. Really they are. And as for my channel, I'm not going to give up. I'm still going to continue making the videos that I do. And if I make more videos, then that is fine. If some of the ideas that I have in my head that I want to try to do actually work out for me, then that could be a thing. And if I do ever become successful on YouTube, then I'll have you guys to thank, and I'm going to try to keep that going. If it doesn't work out for me in the end, then that's just a part of life. Even celebrities out there, they crash and burn, and as well as some other celebrities, they are no longer relevant. Things come and go. You're relevant one day, then you're not relevant the other days. And then you become a little bit relevant if you become crazy, because that's a trend that goes on. If you're crazy, people are going to notice you. That is bad. That's the only thing that's kind of bad about being a celebrity in real life, is that the only way if you get attention to actually be out of control, but at the same time it's like you want your privacy, but you just keep doing things that people want to see. What the heck are you doing this time? So if you ever become a celebrity, don't worry about it. All I gotta say is that do not actually try to remain relevant throughout the years. If you're no longer relevant, so be it. But maybe one day I'll actually work on trying to make a broadcasting type of deal to see if I could actually do it. Like, just go ahead and use a voice for broadcasting, because everybody has a different type of character and type of voice. Like people who voice act, they could just make voices, and then when they go back to their regular talking voice, then it's like, wow, you sound nothing like it, or that I would never have known that you were that voice actor. It's kind of funny how voice acting goes, because there's some interviews that they ask, like, do you ever just stick with your character's voice? Or if you have children, do they only want to hear you in the character's voice, or are they actually like content to hear your normal voice? That'd be kind of scary though. Really, it would be. Just imagine talking in your character's voice all day, every day to the end of days. just remain that same character voice. You don't get to use your real voice anymore because nobody wants to hear your real voice. But welcome to Operation Bedrock, where I just talk about whatever comes to mind, and especially when there's a lot of mining going on. So what else do you want me to say about Minecraft? We got a lot of blocks, we got a lot of dirt, gravel, resources. I'm gonna dig up the resources for last so I can get some XP to get some enchantments, and then from there we can continue on, because once we're done with the last 3 layers, we're gonna go up to the surface, and then we're gonna start doing a lot of strip mining, and you will see what I mean by that. I know I have a lot of progress to do. It's just for the past month, a lot of things has been happening, a lot of thinking I have done, and a lot of things came up, and now I just want to change everything. And real life, it's a doozy. It's one great roller coaster. You have your ups and downs and your turns and your loop-the-loops, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to just enjoy the ride. So let's go ahead and end off the video here. If anything has ever made sense in this video, let me know. If you want to tell me your thoughts and opinions, let me know. All I could say is that I just like to ramble. That's one of the things I like to do. If it makes sense, then hooray, and if it doesn't, then this is just filler. So at least I can show you guys what's going on and what I'm thinking at this point, because I don't want this to be eating me up any longer. So that is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe, because I upload videos every single day except for Sundays, because that's going to be my day of rest. All my social media is down in the description below, so if you'd like to contact me, that is one way to do so. But until then, I really hope I can pick up the pace. Winter break is coming up soon. We have Thanksgiving break, we got Veterans Day, and just more time to make more videos. So hope all goes well for me and for my friends who are joining me. So have a great day, and I should shut up now.